The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the Weymouth Community Access staff or its board of directors. WCA, in compliance with FCC regulations, is prohibited from exercising control over the content of independent member-produced public access programming.
Hello, welcome to Witnessing the Word. Thank you for joining us. Witnessing the Word is produced by the Immaculate Conception and St. Jerome Collaborative. Our show today concerns the orphanage, Angel's Voice Orphanage in Haiti. We're happy to have with us Deacon Steve Buttrick, who has been instrumental in getting it going, but also we're very happy to have Milka Fong, who is the founder of Angel's Voice Orphanage, and her husband Richardson Fong, co-founder. So thank you for coming. We had you, Richardson, and Deacon Steve on the show at the pretty much the inception a year and a half ago.
Yep.
So you're here today to give us an update, but it's really a pleasure to have you with us, Milka.
Thank you.
To tell us about how you came to see this as a real possibility.
Well, 3 years ago, I was in Haiti. After the earthquake happened, we were there to serve the people there after the earthquake, and me and my husband and the pastor of our church from Central Baptist Church in Quincy, we were there to serve the people at General Hospital. And when I was there, what I saw there, it was heartbreaking. When I flew back, it was very hard for me to move on with my life without, thinking about what else can I do to help my people, because I was born and raised there. So, while I was praying at the airplane and thinking, what else can I do to help? Then I thought of my father, who had a house, an empty house there. Then I called him and asked him, if I can use, the house just to open an orphanage there. And, and immediately he said yes to me. Then I thought, then what next now? Now I have the house, now I have to open the orphanage, Then I think about it, and I thought about it for a while, and I pray about it, and I talked to my husband about it. And 3 weeks after the earthquake, my husband and I and the pastor of our church went to Haiti with us, and that's how we opened the orphanage.
And it couldn't have been easy at the beginning.
Oh, no, not at all. It wasn't easy at all. But by God's grace, we opened it, and since then, it's been, running smoothly.
Now, did you have to okay it with the government? And the government must have been kind of in a shambles too after the earthquake. And
oh, of course.
Oh, very much so.
Yes.
They still are. But Milka, talk about the need that you saw, particularly with the young girls.
Well, the reason why I opened the orphanage for girls, sorry, it's because girls are more vulnerable there. They are exposed to so many things, and they are exposed to sex trafficking and restavek. I don't know if you know what that means, restavek. It means slaves, kids that are slavery. So it was very hard for me to see, kids, young girls are taking shower in the street, and it was very hard to see. So that's the reason why, when I opened the orphanage, I opened it for girls. It was very hard to, to see.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are there a lot of orphans in Haiti due to the earthquake? I mean.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. There was 200,000 people killed, many of them adults, and and as a result, a lot of children, as she was saying, she was serving in the hospital, and the children were just all over the place, looking for help and in need of medical care as well as the basic needs. And that's what broke her heart. And particularly, she said, the girls that are so vulnerable in developing countries, in all developing countries, the girls are
at the bottom of the rung.
They are the bottom of the rung, and even within their own families, the boys get the
education if there's money.
They get the education and they get the development that they need. The girls are left behind, and so now we see the need for girls, especially, and the girls are just flourishing right now. We've got girls in school for the very first time. They've never been to school before, and 2 of the 12 girls, 2 of the 14 girls are actually at the head of the class, head of the school in grades.
I see. No. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, historically, there was a need to have women more equipped to take responsibility of some of the stuff that's going on in Haiti. Like, as we were growing up, women didn't have too much to say in society in Haiti. So there was that push to invest in little girls and to make sure that they know they are valuable and they are a piece of society and they can be as effective as a man can be. So
that's great. So right now the girls are housed at the orphanage, but they go outside for schooling. Is that how it works?
Yes.
Okay. And did you start with a certain number of girls and maintain that number, or have you been able to house a few more?
Well, right now we started with the 12 girls, and then we had 2 older girls come join. Again, same thing, being preyed upon out on the streets, and so they are helping us, with the little smaller girls, on the daily chores and things that to get them ready for school and meals and things like that. But our hope is, we're coming to the end of phase 1 of our development process. And now we're embarking very soon on phase 2, and the phase 2 it calls for a larger number of staff and more dormitories to house up to 60 girls on the 4 acres of land that we have.
Oh, okay. Are you still at your father's house, or have you?
Yes, we're still there.
And it has 4 acres of land?
It does.
Wow.
We've got about an acre of it walled and compounded, so it's got 10-foot walls around it. And
so safe and secure.
So that's the key. If you got girls there, you need to keep them safe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I imagine. Now, what have you made any other physical plant type updates besides the wall?
Well, yes, we have done. We have come a long way since we've started the orphanage in Haiti. At a certain point of time, there was no water for the girls to drink. At a certain point of time, the girls were walking 3 miles away from the orphanage to go to school. At a certain point of time, it was hard for them to eat every day. But by God's grace, as Milka mentioned, we have come a long way. Now, last year, we were able to build a septic system for them. We were able to build 2 bathrooms, normal bathrooms for the girls to help with the sanitary situation of the orphanage. And then we were able to put a pump to pump the water from the well for the girls. Yeah, but now we have even better. I'll let Deacon make that approach with the gentleman.
We had a very large benefactor come forward and made a sizable donation this year, and so now, which was very timely, we were praying desperately. Our well had failed. We were getting all kinds of sediment in our water, and the water was undrinkable. I couldn't even bathe or use it for the bathroom needs. So we were praying desperately, and very shortly thereafter, a large benefactor came forward with a sizable donation that allowed us to drill the well deeper, put in a water purification system, and we got electricity running to the orphanage. We're the only ones in the neighborhood that has electricity now.
Really? Oh.
Inside the orphanage now, we have a pole with a generator on it. It's personal now. They have their own electricity in the
That's
orphanage.
fantastic. Yeah.
And then they have drinking water coming.
And so now we're able to pump the water through the filtration system up to a cistern on the roof, where it's heated for water for the girls for showers and all their
great.
needs. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they also have a van to take them to school now, you know, which they didn't have 2 years ago.
Look at the
So
power
it's
of
been
prayer.
awesome.
I
The
gotta
power of
believe-
prayer.
Yes.
Amen. You could say that.
Yes.
All of our, it was basically all of our phase 1 needs were
Yes.
answered by one
Donation.
one very generous gentleman.
Oh, that's great. So
Yeah.
that frees up whatever else you have,
So
and donations for
Yep.
other things.
well,
That's
for our,
awesome.
you know, our monthly maintenance, you know, it's still, you know, it's a private school that the girls go to, so it costs money to send them to school. It's not a public school.
Is there a public education in Haiti, or?
Yeah, there is, but it is really sectorized. There is like a section, a portion of people can use that, but if you don't have a parentage,
Yeah.
you won't be able to get to there
Oh.
easily. So it is really a very difficult
It's public, but it's
situation
not
if you
really
don't have
practically
yes,
public.
If,
Right,
if you
right.
don't have a parentage to do that.
I
But
see.
it does exist.
I see.
It does
Because in
exist.
order for you to go to a public school, you have to know someone. You know, you have to know someone. It's very difficult to get in.
I see. That doesn't sound very public, but
No, it does not.
But they call it
But
public.
it calls public school.
I
Yeah.
see. Yeah. Now, is the orphanage in Port-au-Prince?
Yes,
or-
it's in Port-au-Prince.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's good. At least that's good. This where the airport is and everything.
Right, right.
Yeah, I
It's in
see.
Port-au-Prince.
Now, so thanks for telling us about the updates. It sounds like things are really moving along positively. I'm so happy.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Happy for you.
yes.
So what is up next? What are you hoping to accomplish in what time frame? I guess I should ask.
It's a good question.
Well, it's in God's time, really.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We put
but-
it that way.
Yeah, it is, but you can try for something.
We're embarking on phase 2 now, which phase 2 would be the increase in staff and the increase in the number of dormitories that we have. Now we have enough water, we have the sewage set, so we can accommodate what we need.
Oh,
We've
good.
got the electricity, and so building the dormitories and maybe putting solar panels for
Oh, wow. Okay.
electrical needs on top.
We have to take a break here, but
Oh,
maybe
okay.
we could go into a little more detail about that after the break. Okay, so
Absolutely.
please stay with us.
So that was a quick 15.
That's moving on.
Hi, welcome back to Witnessing the Word. We were just discussing the progress at Angel's Voice Orphanage and Richardson and Milka, and Steve were telling us about some real physical, I don't know how to explain it,
so in
things that are going
phase
to happen
in phase 2.
to improve the premises, I guess.
Yeah, improve the premises. Phase 2 is going to embark. We're ready to start embarking on that piece of it, which would be the increase in number of dormitories, the increase in the staff. Once the physical plant is in place, then we can expand the 4-acre compound out to encompass the whole 4 acres. It's, you know, as I said, we've got walls around about an acre of it now, but I think we can encompass the whole 4 and put 5 dormitories in there.
Wow, and increased to 60, you were saying? You want
Yeah,
to
so
go?
if we go
60 girls.
12 girls, we've got the architect has already drawn up the plans for the dormitories, so 12 girls to a building that'll house their bedrooms, bathrooms, and a study area. And then
You were saying something about solar panels. That
yeah,
was
solar
intriguing.
is the way to go to supplement the electricity. We have the electric in from the state, however, we don't get it regularly.
It does not work efficiently.
We may get electricity a couple of hours a day. And so when it's on,
That's the way it's
it
one in
charges
Haiti.
batteries and gets us going through the rest of the day. But solar panels would be the way to go to
That's the
supplement.
Yeah. Is that technology already being used in some places in Haiti?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, good.
In fact, a lot of places.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. 'Cause
But
it's the-
one thing that Deacon Steve probably left out, phase 1 is almost completed, but we have to buy the land to make sure it's totally completed, right, Deacon Steve?
Yes, right.
And then that's the last part of phase 1 before we move into all the details that Deacon Steve just gave you. So that's what we're looking into right now.
Yeah. So in order to buy that extra land, you need extra money.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Yes.
about $60,000 to
Yes.
buy the property.
So why don't we talk right now about your recent not recent, your upcoming fundraiser?
Yes.
It's-
We have a fundraiser that's coming up on September 13 at 6 o'clock at the Elsk, right?
6:30.
Yeah.
6:30
At
at
the
the Elsk.
Weymouth Elks.
And you are invited, and everyone else is
Okay,
invited.
thank you.
To support this mission that's going on in Haiti, and where we're trying to build, girls in Haiti.
So, and what will occur with the fundraiser? Is it a silent auction?
There will be silent auction. This year, we're gonna shake things around and
Oh.
bring some cultural part
Oh, good.
in this project, where we're gonna have some Haitian groups, girls performing, young girls, like the one we have in the orphanage, come to perform and show some cultural aspect of the Haitian culture. I think people would appreciate that. And Milka and I will be singing.
Really? Yeah.
That sounds
So
fun.
we look forward to see everybody there.
Okay, that sounds like a lot of fun. Good. And I attended the last one. You did well with the last
Yes.
fundraiser at the Elks.
Yes,
Yes, we
it was very nice, and that supported our budget for about 7 months last year.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Right.
let's hope that you have more of a turnout this time.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great. So let's see. Can you tell us about the girls, without naming their names, but tell us, a few stories about how they're doing and what kind of changes their lives have undergone since coming under your care?
Oh, look, Milka and Richardson, why don't you do that? Because they were just down there in June.
Oh.
Right. When we went there, it was tremendous to see, the improvement of those girls since we left Haiti in the last December. When we came back in August, we realized that these are no longer the young girls that we knew then, 2 years ago. They were into the spiritual life a little bit more. They were praying by themselves, and they're performing extremely well in school. And then they started taking responsibility, which is one of our goals. We want them to take responsibility, to know what it is to take responsibility. And they started questioning things, which is part of our mission. We want them to be able to question things and to ask for the right
think.
questions at the right time, to develop their critical thinking. And that's one of the main reasons that we did. So it was nice to see that. And the people that are working with them today, they got it. Bernadette, who was the director of the orphanage there, she has done a tremendous job, and we owe it to these people there. And that's what we wanted to see. We wanted to see Haitians taking responsibility for Haiti. So it's happening in the orphanage.
That's
And
great.
we're grateful for that.
And one thing that I was thrilled by it just when I was interacting with the girls and how they mentioned, what they want to become, and then some of them mentioned, I want to be a nurse, I want to be a teacher. And then for me to see that, they know that because they are at the orphanage, now they can have a plan for their future.
Right.
And then they can think big for themselves. It was amazing to see that, you know, they can, you know, think, you
Right.
know.
And you've really expanded their
Yeah,
horizons.
yeah, it was amazing. It was very nice to see that.
That's very
yeah.
gratifying.
Yeah.
2
it
years ago,
was.
2 years ago, that would never have been possible.
No, not at all.
Actually, they could not express at all. If you talk to them, they won't talk. They'll be putting their heads down and stuff
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
they had been
Now-
through a traumatic experience
Absolutely.
and
Right,
not knowing
right,
where they
right.
were going to get their next meal, and you've really given them security
Yeah.
and love.
Yeah.
And we are happy, we are grateful to be able to do that through, you know, many of the people's effort here to help us achieving that in Haiti. It's good to see. It's a good feeling to be able
bet.
to do that.
I bet, yeah. Now, so you were saying that, of course, you need money, but are there any other things that people could provide for you? Prayer, I imagine.
Prayer
Most
is
of
prayer is
all.
the- prayer is
Most of all.
the top of always at the top of the list of needs, and networking. You know, people that can. The people in Immaculate Conception have been in St. Jerome as well. The school at St. Jerome have been so helpful and supportive over the years, and you know, to have those people continue to support us and network for us, that would be huge as well, to bring more people to the effort.
I didn't want to feel Deacon Steve a little bit biased here because he's from Immaculate Conception. So I wanted to say that. I wanted to say thank you to the people of Immaculate Conception for all the help they have been and support they have been provided through the years. It's been 3 years we've been there, and Immaculate Conception has been there with us, and we are grateful for that. I mean, there are other people that have been, you know,
Well, your
putting-
church. right.
absolutely
Yeah.
putting themselves into
Central
that mission,
Baptist,
but
yeah.
it seems like, you know, Immaculate Conception has been taking on this a little bit
Yeah,
more,
maybe the center.
and we grateful for that. And beside that, there's like First Baptist Church in Weymouth, and these people went to Haiti with us to build a
really?
septic
Okay.
system. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
2 years ago to build that septic system for the people there, and you know. But I can tell you, we are grateful for Immaculate Conception as well,
well.
specifically, most importantly, for the support.
Oh, good. Well, thank
They
you.
have been provided.
That's nice. But I think it's nice that it's a collaboration, then ecumenical
Yeah,
collaboration
Right, right.
going on here. That's wonderful.
Yeah,
you
we
know.
We love that.
We all have the same call.
We
Yeah.
love
Yes.
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
important.
that's great. So, is there going to be another trip in the works or not? Is it difficult, more
Ye-
difficult now
Yes,
to get?
I think there's one in the work, but we have not talked about it in the board meeting because Milka is planning to go back in December if everything goes well. So she will be back in December with a group of people, but that's still in the work because we just came back in August. So hopefully we can have more trips in a year to go see the girls and work with them and train them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That would be-
But
We had to go down more frequently, you know, in years past.
to get things
to get things
stabilized, I
right,
suppose.
and now with our operations officer there, Bernadette, the stability there has improved dramatically. So, you know, it doesn't require us to be there quite as often, and we can do the things that we need to do here, you know, to support them and organize the effort here,
Right.
and then know and be confident that she's running the orphanage there, and
Yeah.
well, the evidence of doing a good job is there.
Yeah.
The girls have progressed dramatically.
And I imagine that their physical well-being is much better than it was. And
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had many medical ailments, little
Well,
things.
I was going to ask you,
know.
what kind of medical care do they get? Do you have to go like to the
Yeah, we take them to
regular
a clinic.
hospital?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
take
Oh,
them
a
to
clinic.
a
Yeah.
clinic. But again, you know, we had to, if we needed to, it was a taxi or some kind of had to get a driver to go. Now we've got the van, so it's much easier
Much
to
easier.
Yeah.
be able and to be able to get them to go out and go to the beach.
Right.
Oh.
Go to the
You know,
Socialize. Because
and
one
so-
of the things that Milka wanted to do at the very beginning was something called CTMP, which is Call Me to Play. That's a program, a mental development program that
Call Me to Play,
she
that's
put
really
down.
cute.
Yes. So that means calling other orphanages and other orphans to go out and play with them. That will develop their mental health, and because they've been
Yeah.
through so many traumatization,
Right. Yeah.
and they would need that. You know,
Right.
and you won't believe that. Take a trip down there, you'll see. They're so happy when they see people coming over to play with them. They're very happy. Doc, I think it's a good thing if we could develop that, and the bus would be a key
Yes.
on that.
A bus.
Yeah, the bus, not the boss.
Yeah, the bus, the van.
So
The bus, I understood. Yeah.
yeah, because their whole world has been school, orphanage, and now to be able to expand that horizon beyond the orphanage is huge for them.
Yeah.
Are things pretty getting more stable in Haiti? It's safer to go out beyond the orphanage premises with
Yeah.
supervision, of course.
Yeah,
but-
I mean, you know, we're there for a reason, and we know we are covered, and we're not in there by ourselves. When we go there, we go to serve, and we know God will protect us. We keep that in mind.
Oh.
That's why we go in there. But other than that, there's still Haiti, and we're still dealing with the problems of insecurity there, all type of insecurity. But it's getting a little better, way better than the way it was 3 years ago, definitely, at
Well,
all levels.
Yeah, well, I mean, the country was brought to its knees, and it never really had a lot
Absolutely.
To begin with.
To begin with,
Absolutely.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
yeah. So you told us about your special donor, but you'd like to have more donors, right? Special or otherwise, just ordinary.
Yeah, every little bit helps. You know, it doesn't have to be large. You know, a large benefactor. However, those are nice, but you know, somebody that can contribute monthly, even a small amount, $10 or $15, $20 a month.
How's that going? Is that
If you know, if that were in place and people were donating regularly, it would certainly help from a budgeting standpoint to be able to say, okay, we can count on X dollars every month to be able
Right.
to support the physical needs of the girls.
Do you have many
because-
donors that are giving on a monthly basis?
Yes. Yeah.
That's great.
It's about 10 people, but it's a lot than what we really need. But from here and there, we'll have somebody comes in and say, hey, here is this, which is a big amount, and we'll be able to survive. But it takes $3,500 to get the orphanage running monthly.
That's
That's a small amount comparing to the responsibility that we have in there. You know what I mean? And what the girls are living with. If you take that, you'll see it's only $218 a month for the 14 girls that we're taking care of. It's about $8 a day
That's amazing.
for one girl.
Yeah.
So that means it's money that runs the orphanage. So
Sure.
it's we need
Yeah.
if we have more people coming in and donate every month, it would be a
So
tremendous thing.
yeah, so let's repeat when the fundraiser will be. September.
September 13.
September 13th, and that's a Friday.
It's a Friday.
Friday at the Elks Lodge at 6:30. That's right,
Yep.
and it sounds like it's going to be a fun time. That's
Yep.
good.
It will be.
Okay, we have to wrap up, but is there anything else you want to leave our viewers with? Any other points you want to make about Angel Voice Orphanage? It's
I
really
think one of the things that
so essential.
it is essential, but you know, when they went down in July, it was gratifying to hear how much the country had improved the conditions there. We had been a year ago or so, and it was devastating to see streets strewn with rubble still, and many of those streets being impassable. So it was gratifying to hear that that's been improved.
Great, yeah.
So.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, and I'm really happy to hear about all the progress you've made, and it's a wonderful thing you're doing.
Well, and we want to thank you so much for having us on the panel again, and we thank the people that are at home listening what's going on in the orphanage, and thank Immaculate Conceptions
Yep.
for their help.
Okay,
Thank you.
well, that's wonderful. So don't forget the fundraiser. Come in September 6th. Did I get the right date?
The
13th.
13th.
Sorry, September 13th. Okay, and that's it for Witnessing the Word. Thank you again.
Witnessing the Word is produced by the parish community of the Immaculate Conception in East Weymouth. We welcome new members to our parish. If you are no longer a practicing Catholic, please consider joining us some Sunday for Mass. If you are not currently active in a church and are interested in finding out more about the Catholic faith, join us some Sunday. Feel free to talk to our pastor or one of our permanent deacons. On behalf of our pastor, Father Bill Salmon, Thank you for joining us in Witnessing the Word.